Well, Cal, a great result against Norwich, was it?
Yeah, I thought that we had a really good performance, which was pleasing. First time, the majority of the lads had played 90 minutes. We've obviously been starting off slower, 45 minutes. Some boys have had opportunities with the first team, then we've built up to 60s and 70s. So, first 90 minutes for a lot, was really happy with the performance and the fitness levels they showed.
2-0 up, and he's probably expecting to win the game at that point.
Yeah, it's pre-season. Obviously, we want to win every game we play in, but I think what we got out of it was enough, regardless of the result. Scored a couple of goals, had lots of other chances. Like I said, it was the performance what was the really pleasing element of the day. I think our identity of what we are as an academy and as a team was on display for anyone who was watching the game. I thought we controlled possession for large parts and was on the front foot, and like I said, yeah, disappointing not to win like it is in any game what you don't, but there was lots of positive outcomes from it, so we was really happy with the lads.
But you did bring a few young lads on at the end.
Yeah, we brought in a couple of the under-16s, a couple of the under-15s, all did really well. A difficult game for them to go into, but I think everybody is in the same scenario at the minute. We don't just give minutes out to give minutes to people. We felt the kids were deserving of those opportunities. We've obviously got a couple of players missing at the moment through injury and other circumstances, as I'm sure everybody has, but yeah, if people deserve the opportunity, we give it to them. So they got the last 15 or 20 minutes and did themselves proud.
You've got 3 trialists, or you had 3 trialists. How have they been doing?
Yeah, we've had a look at a number of trialists through pre-season. There's interest, definitely, as I'm sure there is from other clubs as well. So we'll just kind of keep pursuing that and see where that goes. Obviously, we're closer to the start of the season now. We're hoping that we might schedule a last minute game midweek next week just to top a couple of the lads up who have been isolating and stuff for some extra minutes and take it from there, really.
Pleased with pre-season so far?
Yeah, really happy. It's been challenging, again, as it has been for everybody with kind of the COVID situation, people having to isolate it or sharing family housing, so it's putting 1 or 2 players out rather than 1. But yeah, lads have showed great attitude, which we knew they would do in all aspects of the work. They've worked really hard. Again, we know that about them already, and the pleasing element now is we're starting to see the quality and the performance level of the football. So that's the pleasing aspect. That sometimes takes a little bit longer to kind of get going, and the lads understand the standards of what we expect and what they need to progress to, but we're starting to see really good signs of that now.
You must be pleased with your lads that have been involved in the first team as well.
Always. I think it's been a recurring theme over the last 4 or 5 seasons that we're a club who gives opportunities if people are doing well. Like I'd said previously with the younger players who we used in the game on Tuesday, people don't just give minutes out, you have to be deserving of that opportunity. So yeah, we've obviously seen over a number of years people stepping forward, playing in the first team, but it's a great experience to start with and gives those players a real strong footing for the start of the season. It was good again against Rotherham, was probably the more pleasing one because it's in front of the fans and they want to see local homegrown academy products running out on the pitch. So yeah, really pleased with them, but there's obviously some lads who haven't had the opportunity yet. That doesn't mean that they haven't necessarily been deserving. It might be a positional matter. For example, they don't need a goalkeeper, so the goalkeepers maybe haven't had that opportunity yet, but we know that we'll keep working hard with them and they'll reciprocate that, and then they'll get their opportunity when the time comes.
Have you had any feedback from first team manager?
Yeah, we're in contact with them daily, even though that they're away obviously on their training camp this week. They've watched pretty much every training session we've had. Opportunity, we know that they come and watch all the games when they can, when we're playing our home games, even away games, so they're fully aware of where all the lads are on their pathway, who's performing well, who needs a bit more work. We're in contact with them daily, so we've had good feedback from them. They've been really happy with what they've seen so far, but that's just kind of the first part for the young lads. They have to kind of produce that consistently to keep getting the opportunities, and then obviously when they get them opportunities, take them. Like I said earlier, some of it's positional, so they might say, oh, we want a centre forward today, so a centre defender's doing really well in training, he probably doesn't get the opportunity that day. But I know a large amount of the work earlier in the season that the 18s group and the first team have been doing, that they've taken the lads who we think have done really well and been deserved of those opportunities, and then when they've obviously gone with them, they've asked for them back, or can we have a look at somebody else? So it works both ways really. We obviously have our say in who we think should, they make the final decision of who they want, but we have a really good relationship with them. They were really good with us last year. I know Paul and Chris from their previous spell at the club, and they've always been really helpful with us and understanding of our situation, and as soon as somebody's ready, they're fine to throw them into the firing line, like you'd have seen with Evan Curry last year. We spoke about how we thought he was progressing, how well he was doing. They have him overtraining, they like what they saw, and obviously I guess the rest is history in terms of he plays the last 5 or 6 games, and now he's obviously signed his contract and he's with them full time. Same with Lewis Adlard, obviously played a number of games last year. The list kind of goes on. We've been really fortunate that we've worked with managers who are willing to give the players an opportunity, but as I've already said, they've got to be good enough as well.
Are you still a couple of players short?
I think there's maybe space for one more. We're always looking, always trialists in games. Obviously go and watch other games, speak to people at other clubs, and yeah, I don't think we're not just going to take a player. They've got to be good enough and complement the other lads and what we do to start with. But yeah, I think there's space for another player, but like I said, we're not just going to take anyone to fill a space. We're really happy with the lads who we have got. So if nothing comes along, they're the ones that we'll use. If there's someone who we think is going to come in and have an opportunity to progress to the first team level, then we'll have that conversation when it comes.